Hey guys, this is Brent with Western Equipment, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all about the John Deere Triangle Toolbox. Now I'm going to be showing you how this box is built and how it's configured, and then I'm going to be also showing you a loaded version of this box. Now with the loaded version, you're going to be able to save some money by buying the toolbox and an assorted set of John Deere tools to go in the box. So also in this video, I'll show me unboxing those tools and also loading them into the box here. So let's get started. So starting out, guys, let's just check out the outside of this box. It's a beautiful box with this powder coat finish. As we talked about, these boxes are going to be used outside, you know, maybe in the back of the truck, out at the farm, whatever it may be. So they are made to resist weather. So you can see how these lips go over. If I open up just a little bit here, you can see how they do cover over the edges there to keep that water out. So nice powder coat finish. Also, guys, I showed right there just how easy it is to open. So right there, lifts will open it up. But one other nice thing is, guys, is you do have keys here where you can lock this up. You know, whether you may have this box in the shop or the back of your pickup, either way, being able to lock that lid will keep those sticky fingers off of your tools that are inside. So we'll go ahead and unlock this here and go ahead and show this opening up. Now, one thing that's nice, whenever you open it up, you can see that it will raise on its own, being as that we do have this gas shock here that is raising that lid. Now, while we're looking here at the lid, a couple things I'd point out is, like we pointed out, we do have that locking closure system here. We also have this weather stripping all the way around the inside and top of the lid to make sure that this lid will seal tight and keep those tools either with no, you know, keep the dust off of them or the moisture. Because like I said, these are meant to be mobile, to moving from place to place. Now, the other thing I'd point out is just how well built this box is. It is 16 gauge steel all the way through, welded pieces here, multiple compartments. As I were to raise up here, guys, you can see you've got compartments underneath. You've got plenty of room for any of the tools you're going to need, as this box is designed to be that traveling box. So as you can see here, like we talked about, the two lower compartments. And guys, if you notice right there, we talked about those gas shocks, but right here on this tray, I'm really having to push to lower that down. So that's a good feeling to have. You know, if you have things stored underneath and you need to get there, you're not going to have something this just falling down from the weight of your sockets or whatever you may have here. So those gas shocks are nice. Now, whenever I do push this down, I just point out again all the room and the space that you have for those tools. We've got all of these holes over here for such things as screwdrivers, ratchets, extensions, whatever that may be. We've also got two sets of wrench pegs here. That way you can have your standard and metrics all separated, all down by size. Moving down here on this tray, we also have pegs for various sizes of sockets, all the way from 1/2 inch deep well sockets down to 1/4 inch deep well sockets and everything in between. But as you see, it's stair-stepped. There's different places for different sizes. This box was just very well thought out on the space that it gives you for holding those tools. Now, a few of the things that you might not notice whenever you're looking at this box and talking about the way it's built. For one, guys, our closures here, as you see, they are replaceable. That way, you know, if you happen to have one of those break, there's nothing more frustrating than whenever you have a box that won't seal tight to where you're not taking advantage of the fact that it will keep moisture and dust off your tools. So therefore, these are replaceable. Also, you've got these rubber pads here that are replaceable where your tray actually sits. That's going to help with some of that vibration. Also, as you notice here, our gas shocks, again, are replaceable, whether being our front one or our rear one, as we know that those gas shocks tend to wear out over time, or maybe you have an issue with one bending. Everything is replaceable there. Now, one thing we didn't talk about on the outside is going to be our handles. One thing I like to point out is that these are recessed into the box. So if you look in here, we actually have reinforcement here around where that handle's recessed. Now, this is important because before, in prior designs, these handles were just bolted onto the outside of the box. So once you got tools loaded into this box, those handles didn't have the strength whenever people were picking them up. They were actually damaging the boxes. So they've changed that. They've made those recessed, reinforced them, and made them to where they are going to be strong enough whenever you are moving this box. Now, Another great feature is, and one thing that you won't notice here, is underneath these pads, which these are nice as well to keep things from rattling around, but you've also got these pre-drilled holes that have plugs in them, one in each corner. So one in these two corners here, and then we've also got the ones over here in these corners. Now what these are going to be for is, as you see right here, this box is sitting on this roll table, so some guys may want to mount their box to this table, or more than likely you guys are going to want to mount these boxes into their trucks. Well, these already have these pre-drilled holes that are ready for you to go ahead and mount this box wherever you're going to need it. So just overall, great design, well thought out. But I'm going to show you just a little bit about how this would be used. Now, we talked about moving this into a pickup, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. One thing also, guys, I'd point out is, as you saw me close that there, you know, if we go to push here in the middle, we may not get it closed, but since your closures are on the outside, go ahead and push down on both sides to get that nice and snug. Now, this box is heavy all on its own, guys. It's a 36-inch box, meaning it's 36 inches wide from corner to corner, but it is 95 pounds by itself. So you can only imagine what the weight is going to be like once we get this thing loaded up with tools. But I would say that with the two-handle design, it is still well enough made where I can pick it up, put it against my chest, and still go into the pickup with it. So if I raise up here, I can move it and go ahead and get it set into the pickup here, and I can get it slid back. Now, if you have a regular pickup, just with the regular pickup bed, this is probably where you'd want to put this box, as for now, you can go from your handle to your cargo loops and actually be able to chain this box in. As with a regular pickup bed, you're probably not going to mount this box right here in the back. That way you're still able to use your bed. But like I said, you have those options to chain it on each side from your handles to those cargo loops. Now, if you are going down the road and you see service trucks, or maybe you have a service truck, you know that you can mount those up onto the ledge up there on top, or maybe you have that flatbed pickup, you've already got those pre-drilled holes where you can mount it there on the side of that flatbed to where you can use it. So from here, guys, let's now show you a little bit more about the loaded version. I'm going to go ahead and start unboxing these tools, and then we'll show you how we put those tools in the box. Got an adjustable wrench here and an adjustable screwdriver with different heads here, as we've got from small to big, and then also, as you can see, flathead to Phillips. Tire gauge and adjustable magnet here, going to be great for reaching those bolts and nuts maybe that you've dropped whenever you're doing working on whatever project you may be working on. Got two different sizes here of slip joint pliers, a set of wire strippers, and a set of multi-purpose shears. Got a set here of snap ring pliers and a 2-piece tape measure set with a 25-footer and 12-footer. Two different style hammers, 3/8 drive ratchet and 1/2-inch drive ratchet, 3/8 and 1/2-inch drive wobble extension sets, locking vice grips and locking C-clamp, small magnet tray here to catch any of those nuts and bolts so you can keep those in a nice secure spot, 3/8 drive metric and standard socket sets, 1/4-inch drive metric and standard socket sets with ratchet and extensions, 2 sets of metric and standard nut drivers, 30-piece hex key set or Allen wrench set with both metric and standard sizes, 8-piece screwdriver set with both flathead and Phillips screwdrivers there in multiple sizes, 3/8 drive metric and standard deep well impact sockets, 1/2-inch drive metric and standard deep well sockets, 1/2-inch drive metric and standard regular depth sockets, 1/2-inch drive metric and standard deep well impact sockets, 14-piece standard wrench set with sizes from 3/8 up to 1.25 inch, and last but not least, 20-piece set of metric wrenches going from 7mm all the way up to 32mm. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's a pretty impressive and pretty extensive set of tools there. So from here, I'll go ahead and throw these in the box so we can see the finished product. All right, got the box loaded. So now you can see exactly what it looks like with the tools in it, how they're spaced out, how they fit nicely, how we've got extra room underneath for anything that's not fitting in these compartments, guys. So we talked about before that this was a one-person lift, being that this was a 95-pound box. Now with all the tools in it, guys, we're definitely probably up around that 200-pound range. So this has gone definitely to a two-person lift, you know, unless you're the Incredible Hulk. So guys, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna grab a buddy of mine. We're gonna put this in the back of the pickup here so you can see it in a good example of an application for it to be used in. All right, so I'll swing let's get it to the edge. I'll swing my end around. Swing around. Here's what it would look like, you know, if you were out and about needing to throw this box in the back. Maybe you've got some work to do at the farm or at the shop or whatever that may be. But you see now that this is a mobile box. You saw is how we were able to move it with these handles, had no issues with anything budging or bending or anything like that. But I think, guys, from this video, you've had a good representation of what this box would look like, whether you had it in your shop or you wanted to put it in the back of your pickup. Or we've also talked about how if you have that farm pickup or service pickup, this is also another good option. So guys, if this is something that you're interested in or something maybe you'd like to look into, I'll put a link in the description below where you can get this box either empty or loaded, or to where you can buy these tools in their individual kits. So thanks again, guys, for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and give us a subscribe, as that helps us out as well. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.